Hi everyone! Just waiting a few seconds for YouTube to catch up. Sometimes when I start my lives, I notice that it takes a little while for it to actually start the audio and the video. Anyway, we are live from the Upper East Side here in New York, and I'm just passing the Mark Hotel, which is a really lovely hotel. A lot of people stay there for the Met Gala because it's so close to Fifth Avenue and the Met Museum, which is where we are headed now. I'm walking through Central Park today because I'm going to the Upper West Side to visit my little magic shop, which I actually also just posted a short here on YouTube, giving you a little glimpse into this really cute shop called My Little Magic Shop on the west side. So I figured, let me take you guys with and let me do a little live. I did not know that it was going to be so windy, so I hope that me holding the microphone, covering like this, is going to be make it good for you. Anyway, I am approaching Fifth Avenue, which, depending on what you know about New York, it's a very famous avenue in New York. It's on the east side of Central Park. Here we have Central Park, and it goes many streets towards downtown Manhattan. It's a very upscale avenue, at least up here on the Upper East Side. It's a very in demand avenue because of its proximity to Central Park, which we're walking through today. Central Park is the green lung of Manhattan. You can see a little bit of it today. It's not really sunny today, but when it is sunny, actually also today, even though it's not sunny, a lot of people come here to hang out and to get a little dose of nature. And I specifically wanted to show you what I think is the coolest feature about Central Park, or in Central Park, and that is the reservoir. Right in the middle of this huge park, there is a reservoir named after Jackie Kennedy Onassis. So it's called Jackie Kennedy Onassis Reservoir, at least last time we checked. And it's really beautiful if you like to be close to the water. It has I don't know if it's a fountain, maybe it's just like a water purifying kind of a thing, but it has what looks like a fountain. I think it's a water purifying thing in the middle of it, and there's also a running track around the reservoir, which you can run around. I just got to make sure that I take you to the right spot. I think, I hope I didn't go too far now for me to enter. Right now I'm on 79th and 5th. I think I'm good. So I just crossed one pathway for cars through Central Park. Central Park is really a car-free park, but there are certain pathways through it that allows cars to cross because it is a huge, big square in the middle of Manhattan, and if you were to go around it, it would take a significant amount of time, even by car. Anyway, back to the reservoir. Um, it's really, really beautiful, and it also covers a huge amount of square footage or square miles. And you can come there to take pictures, you can come there to run in the morning. A lot of New Yorkers like to go running around that reservoir in the morning. I forgot the size of the lap exactly, but it's really beautiful. When I used to run, I don't run anymore, but when I used to run, I used to run around the reservoir, and one morning there was a possum there. It scared me. Yeah, I think it was a possum or a skunk. And Central Park is home to so many other animals. I think it's home to over 200 species of birds. Here you can see the very side of the Met Museum. Actually, this is really great. I can show you guys. Here is a map of Central Park. So I entered correctly. It's been a little while, even though I lived here for so many years. We entered here. So now we're like around this area, and this is the reservoir that I'm talking about. And I'm gonna be taking you guys like this to the west side. There are so many features about this park. I think I will mention them as we're walking. You can bike this park if you rent an e-bike here. I made a video about that too, a short video. You can rent a city e-bike and you can go all around. This is called a big loop. It's a really cool way to see Central Park and to also see the New York City skyline. Because when you are in the middle of the park, you can't really see it here, but when you are in the middle of the park, there's no buildings obstructing your view, so you're able to see the skyline. So to explain the size of this park, the size of Central Park, I looked it up on ChatGPT before starting this stream, and according to ChatGPT, Central Park is the size of about almost 600 soccer fields. I think it said 500 and something soccer fields, or was it 400 and something soccer fields? At least it's over 400 soccer fields for sure. Yeah, and then American football, if you watch American football, it's the size of, I guess that was almost 500. Yeah, mixing the two. One of them was almost 500 football fields and almost 600 soccer fields, or was it the other way around? Anyway, it's big. It's big, so you could definitely spend the entire day just walking around, enjoying it and getting lost. The only thing that I think it's lacking is I wish that there was some kind of gravel or dirt road that you could run and walk on a little bit more. There is, I guess it's called gravel, around that reservoir that I just mentioned, but it's kind of, it doesn't feel rugged. So if you're going for that rugged feeling, you have to go upstate. If you want to go for a hike, Central Park is not for you. But if you like asphalt, this is definitely the place to be. Asphalt and trees. There are tennis courts here. This is a baseball field. Most people go to an area called the Great Lawn when there's sun. It's a little further downtown than I am right now, but it kind of looks like this, except it's not a baseball field. And people tan there and hang out there, and I think actually it's also where that global citizen music concert is every year. Here we have these cute benches. They're also all around the city, and they have little plaquettes on them like this that people can purchase and dedicate to their family member. But yeah, this park really has everything. If you're thinking about visiting New York or even moving here, this is definitely something that should be on your list. It really has so many features to it that it's easy for somebody who lives here to forget even. We have a zoo in this park, the Central Park Zoo. That's closer downtown as well. It's I wouldn't say right next to the Apple Store, but there's an Apple Store on Fifth Avenue, and it's kind of down there. And we have an ice skating rink. That's kind of adjacent to the zoo, actually. Central Park South, so the very bottom part of the park, which is where I said you could rent those bikes. There's a lot of hotels, a lot of 5-star hotels. And in the southwest corner of Central Park is my favorite hotel in the city, which is the Mandarin Oriental, New York. It has absolutely breathtaking views of New York. Even if you just go there to eat, that's a insider tip from me to you. If you want to see the skyline and you don't feel like going to one of those commercial skyline things like Top of the Rock or Empire State Building, you could have a meal at the Mandarin Oriental in their restaurant there. It's not as tall, but you can see some beautiful skyline views. So now I'm approaching the reservoir, and this is actually kind of interesting for me too, because I never took this road before. The last time I walked through the park, I entered on a higher street, which made me kind of bump directly into the reservoir. So I'm actually not sure where I'm going, but this looks like some basketball courts with a dad and his 2 kids playing basketball and their dog watching. Wow, the dog is very obedient. Looks like the dog kind of looks like a bear. Oh, I'm so glad I was able to turn on the horizontal view, guys. I hope that I'm able to maybe next time put on the high quality streaming. I forgot to put on the high quality resolution, so anyway, I am not using the um, what's it called? Guide that maps because I think that if I close my live YouTube to look at the map, I'm gonna lose my live stream. So I hope that this is an overpass because I know there's another road going with cars right here that I hope I can cross, otherwise I have to go back out. Oh God, I think I maybe have to go back out of the park. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I need to go back out and back in because I really want to show you the reservoir. Does this trail lead? Does this trail lead out? See, here's the road down there. Yeah, let me go back out. Oh, I got my wish. Look at this. Like a hiking trail. If you are interested in hiking, what I do a couple of times a year, at least once a year, is I take the Amtrak train from Grand Central Station to upstate. The hiking trail that I've usually taken the last couple of times I've done it is Breakneck Ridge. So you can either take the train to Cold Spring and walk a little bit to get to the start of the hiking trail, or there are some trains that go directly to Breakneck Ridge. Okay, I see people. I see that little beige square between the trees, which is the Met Museum, but it's the other side of the Met Museum. Here's all the pigeons. Hi, pigeons. And there are some people on bikes, and those are the bikes that I mentioned before, the city bikes that you can take through the entirety of the park if you want. One loop kind of, or not kind of, approximately takes approximately 40 minutes, I think. I forgot exactly, it's a long time since I did it. And this is like one of the main roads. Where people, it's part of the big loop basically, this road here, that people that either bike the entire big loop or walk or run. And there's also some people that like to bike really fast on those competition bikes that bike here. So sometimes people go by you really fast. Anyway, this is an overpass. I wasn't that far off. That's the road down there, and this is already an overpass. And now we're so close to my favorite spot in this park, which is Jackie Kennedy Onassis Reservoir. These steps are leading to it, and I'm so excited to show you because the view is so beautiful. This is also a really beautiful feature that you see a lot of places in Central Park, bridges like this. It's like a wooden floor and this kind of ornamentation. Okay, almost there. I think there's actually an episode of Sex and the City where Miranda and Carrie, or is it Charlotte and Carrie, go on a power walk. around this reservoir. It's in one of the early episodes. Here we go. Isn't this beautiful? Look at this. And it's even more beautiful. Here, I told you. It's even more beautiful when you are over there on the other side, because you can look down at the park and at the entire skyline in downtown New York. Right now, we're looking uptown, and you can kind of start to see a beautiful view here of the east side, the upper east side of Manhattan. And depending on the day, there's a lot of people here, but it's never really crowded unless you are running. I think that if you are going to run this trail, you should try to do it really early in the morning before work time, like 7 a.m. Because if you come later than that, as you see, there's tourists and people everywhere. Even though it's not crowded, it's better the earlier you come. So yeah, we have a zoo. We have a ice skating rink in the winter only. You can rent e-bikes, go around the entire park. You can find a tree and read a book. The Met Museum and what we call the Museum Mile is over there on the east side. We passed the Met Museum, which I pointed out earlier in the video, but there's other museums like the Guggenheim that is along Fifth Avenue, where we started our walk today. So if you want to combine your Central Park visit with something. Ooh, is that a beetle? It's an insect. Excuse me. Live beetle show. I feel like it dropped in my bag or it dropped inside my t-shirt. Ah! My God. Okay, sorry guys, I just gotta check. I felt like something bit me. Oh, can't tell. Oh, okay, now we're actually coming up on a really beautiful view. Isn't this beautiful? I forgot what this building is called. I think JC and Beyonce own an apartment in that building. At least they did. A couple of years ago, I think I heard somebody say that. And it's very interesting because the vibe between the east side and the west side of New York is different. Like, I've spoken about this before a little bit in other videos, I think, how in every city there's different neighborhoods with different feelings, different vibes. And what's really cool is it's just like right on the other side of the park. It's a completely different atmosphere. So the Upper East Side, where I came from now, has maybe a little bit more of a mental and I don't know how to explain it, like kind of like a metallic feeling. If you're energetically sensitive, you understand what I mean. Whereas the west side is more like wood, more like wood feeling, more warm feeling, but not necessarily It's not like side are cold, the people on the side are warm. Not at all. The there's people on both sides that are cool and that are kind and that are eccentric and that are annoyed with everything, like a typical New Yorker. So maybe I'll give you a couple moments of silence to just enjoy the view and atmosphere. And as you can see, the line is really taking shape the further and further we get away from the east side. And as mentioned, if I was over there looking down, that's definitely the spot you would try to aim for if you want an iconic picture with some New York skyline behind you in Central Park. There's birds, there's rats, I saw falcons here, I saw eagles here, but there's not fruit trees and stuff like that. So there's no, as far as I know, actually I have to Google that, maybe you can too. Some areas, especially in Brooklyn, have, I mean, not not a garden like for people to sit, but a garden with food. As far as I know, there's no community food garden here in Central Park. There are some parks, or at least some areas in Brooklyn, where there are people doing urban farming. But I don't think Central Park has any of that. That would be cool. Excuse me. Anyway, I hope I gave you a little glimpse of the park. It is really beautiful. If you are a loner and you prefer alone time, I would say come here on a weekday, and it should be pretty empty by New York standards. Anyway, I'm going to sign off. I might start another live after this talking about what it is really like to live in New York. And I'll see you in that one.